It'll be an interesting season. Interesting season. The next team I wanted to talk about was the Clippers, and this is like a new and improved Clippers. Got a new owner. Was like a fucking billionaire. It was like $51 billion. He's paying for his own stadium. And he talk about fuck you money. I mean, this guy is like loaded, man. I mean, what was this fucking shit called again? It's like developers. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This guy must be on some like fucking cocaine or something. Like, how the fuck this guy has so much energy? I mean, even Kawhi is like, fuck. Why did I sign up for this place? I mean, yeah. I mean, dude, Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is the best player in the NBA. I mean, you cannot deny that he's at least top 3. I mean, this dude's coming off a championship. I mean, he just transformed the Raptors into a championship team. I mean, there's certain players that just are just championship caliber players. I mean, you put DeMar DeRozan back on that team with Marc Gasol and whoever was on that team, Ibaka. Just replace Kawhi with DeMar DeRozan, and there is no way they get past the semifinals. I'm sorry. I mean, that just shows the difference between maybe like a top 15 player to a top 5 player, basically. I mean, no disrespect. DeMar DeRozan is a very good player, but there's a difference between good and a great player, and Kawhi Leonard is a superstar. I mean, this guy was basically playing in the finals, one-legged. I mean, he had the hardest playoff run for that year. I mean, everyone wants to talk about, hey, the Warriors, they got like 3 injuries. I'm like, dude, like he ran the gauntlet. He played against the Magic. The Magic had like a top 5 defense post All-Star break, so they were like heating up to the playoffs. Then they play against the Sixers, who had like 4 All-Stars basically. So you had Embiid, you had Simmons, you had Butler. I mean, you can make the case that Tobias Harris is an All-Star or a borderline All-Star. I would say he's an All-Star caliber player. He beat them. Then he went against the MVP and Giannis, and they lost like 2, and then they just won like 3 straight. I mean, what can you say? I mean, Kawhi Leonard is just basically, based off his presence alone, that it's more of an impact towards the other players because they can rely on him. I mean, basically, even when he got injured on the Sixers series, like he landed all fucked up, like no one wanted to take a shot, and Kawhi Leonard was basically the one taking the shot in that won the game. I forgot what game it was, but he was shooting like 40%, I think, from like his field goal, and he just kept on shooting until cause no one wanted to take a shot. They were all scared. So you can tell right then and there, if you put DeMar DeRozan in that situation, he's gonna end up being DeFrozen like he usually is in the playoffs. I mean, no disrespect, but Kawhi Leonard's the man. I mean, I don't understand. There's only certain players that operate in the perimeter similar to Kawhi. There's Kevin Durant, and there's Kyrie Irving, and then there's DeMar DeRozan, I guess you can say, to make the argument. And I don't really understand why people are denigrating him, I guess, in a way that, it's not the most high percentage, advanced analytics shot. Kawhi's fuck that, bro. I'm gonna post you up, collapse the defense, pass it out if a man's open, and if not, then I'm gonna back you down until I get a high percentage shot, and that's what he basically did all playoffs long. And Kawhi Leonard's just how should I say this? He's like a franchise changing player. You can feel the effect right away. So it's you got to give all the credit to like the Clippers and like Jerry West and Frank Lawrence, I think that's his name, the GM, for signing him. Even though I guess like Kawhi, he wanted to go to the Lakers first, but he's like, you know what, fuck it. LeBron's there, AD's there. Like, you know what, I'm gonna build my own legacy. So I'm gonna go to the Clippers. And you gotta give them all the credit in the world. It's gonna be an interesting rivalry because I mean, growing up as a like Laker fan, like I remember the Clippers on like KCAL 5, and it was like Corey Maggette, fucking Elton Brand, Oliver Candy, and who's that white center dude? I forgot his fucking name. He's the one with the fucking meme where he sits like on the bench. He's like sleeping. He was like a big time center for them. And then they had that coach that was like has like one of the worst records because he was like coaching the Clippers. It's pretty sad actually. He was able to lead like the Trailblazers to like the Western Conference Finals. He coached the Lakers in '91 to go to the finals. Forgot his name. I mean, he has like bad record just by coaching that team, and that was a pretty fucking shit team too. I'm not gonna lie. And then Lob City happened with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, and now it transitions to this with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and it'll be interesting. I'm actually glad, like, I guess, like, in a way that there's, like, kind of a rivalry because, I mean, I don't know. I just want, like, more competition in a way for, like, the Lakers and the Clippers. Because, when I was growing up and when we were freaking dominating, the Clippers were fucking doing jack shit. And later on, as, like, Kobe was going down his tail end of his career, Lob City was going up. It wasn't as competitive as I liked it to be. Like, Powell was aging, Kobe was aging. Well, I remember we were having like Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher, and Lamar Odom still. Yeah, I mean that was like an aging team, and it was. We had some like good battles, but it wasn't as competitive as I would liked it to be. So it'll be interesting to see it this year. I mean, Paul George was having a great season last season. Dude was like top 3 in like MVP voting, and it'll be interesting to see if he'll have that impact as he did last season, because that dude was like leading the league in like defensive win shares, and this dude was straight dominating on the defensive side. I mean, I would have been mad if they gave Paul George Defensive Player of the Year that year. That's how good he was on defense. And then later on, like down the tail end of the season, like he started like shitting the bed. I'm assuming it's because he got injured, but there were rumors about it saying that he like tore his like rotator cuff or something, and there was like certain things that you can tell, like he was getting like taped up on the shoulders, and I'm thinking to myself like, what the fuck's going on here? And then they ran into the Portland Trailblazers, and it was all she wrote. I mean, Paul George is a great player. I wouldn't say he's like a first option player. He's more like a secondary player, which is perfect for Kawhi. I mean, there is like these rumors saying that, hey, Kawhi, like, hey, I want this guy, Paul George. If you can get him, I'm signing. I think that's kind of bullshit. I feel like Paul George was like the last option, because if I remember correctly, like the rumors of a free agency for dealing with Kawhi, he was like calling up like Kevin Durant, and like Kawhi was like like it was kind of weird. Like Kawhi was like why would he call Kevin Durant after Kevin Durant called him assistant player? But I guess like maybe he's like, yo, you know, you wanna fucking beat LeBron? Well, we can beat LeBron right here and take over, LA. And then Kevin Durant said no. So he called up Kyrie. He's like, yo, I know you fucking hate LeBron. You want to play with me? We can get this shit done. And I guess Kyrie was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant. And Kawhi's like, oh shit, like who the fuck else am I gonna get? And I don't know how they were to get Paul George, but they got him. I mean, they gave up like a good player in Shai Alexander. Fuck, he has a long ass fucking name, but that rookie's pretty good. It seems he's having a pretty good rookie. He had a pretty good rookie campaign. He's playing pretty good in the preseason right now with OKC. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with Chris Paul, but they should try to trade him to Miami, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, what else on the Clipper team? I mean, I gotta give a lot of credit to Doc Rivers. I mean, this guy was like, I used to think like Doc Rivers is so fucking overrated. I mean, I still think he is, but he's made an argument for himself that I was able to lead this this team with no all-stars to the AFC, which is pretty good. They're playing the team basketball. You got 2 6-mans with Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Pretty good, solid duo. Then you got Patrick Beverly. I mean, the team is going to be good. They are my team to go to the Western Conference Finals to play against the Lakers. I honestly think there's going to be like a lot of load management still being taken place. I mean, they have to. I mean, they got to be really delicate with Kawhi. I still don't know what's going on with that leg. I hope it's like not like anything serious. I mean, he did have like a full offseason to get healthy, but I mean, you never know. And plus, Paul George gets like ticky-tacky injuries too, similar to Anthony Davis. Where they just get like weird injuries like near the end of the season. So hopefully, like both these teams do like load management where they can like meet up in the Western Conference Finals. This could be a great series. I mean, they're my pick so far to go to the finals, representing the West, the Clippers. I just feel like, I mean, they're so like perimeter oriented that just when they can turn it up on defense is where they shine. I mean, you have one player who has won Defensive Player of the Year, another player that's Defensive Player of the Year caliber on that level as well in Paul George. Then you have first team all defense in Patrick Beverly. I mean, dude, on the perimeter, it's going to be like very, very hard to play against them. Even though they are like lessening, I guess, like the physicality of the game, but even still, like, these guys have so much talent on the defensive side. Yeah, I mean, you can make the argument that, their front court's lacking. I mean, yeah, I do agree with that, but they can always pick someone up on free agency either way. Or, like, you'll see where there's at when it comes up before All-Star break. They maybe make some trades. Maybe they make a trade for Andre Iguodala. I feel like Iguodala's been wanting to get out of Memphis. Like, I'm fucking lost in here. Get me out of here, basically. So hopefully things will happen. It'll be an interesting season for the Clippers.